Welcome to another episode with your chapter crush sweetheart. This is Everblue Presents When You're Enough, a chapter crush sweetheart series. Bronwyn, Chapter 9. Cooking is like love. It should be entered into with abandon or not at all. Dating in the kitchen. Knock, knock, knock. Bronwyn? I look up from my notebook, the music notes hazily evaporating from my mind. Just a minute, I call, dropping my pencil atop the nearly full lines of sheet music as I crawl off my bed. My stomach has been cramping all day, so I've been taking it easy. After pushing myself through my run this morning, taking a shower, and organizing the invoices Bryony emailed after getting back from London, I've been holed up in my room. It's the 1 week out of the month when I forgive myself for not getting through my cleaning checklist. So if Michel has a problem with it, he'll have to clean it himself. Looking up at the clock above the mahogany dressing table, my brows shoot up. It's already after 1 o'clock. The pink and rust-colored flowers springing across the green leaves of the cream area rug seem to glow in the afternoon sunlight streaming through the windows on either side of my bed. Yet, I can't bring myself to appreciate it as I usually do. Instead, as I dully step into my slippers, I swipe a hand over the leaves of the bamboo plant in the sitting area as I cross the room, debating if I should spray the leaves. When I open the door, I come face to chest with the open neck of Michel's mouth-collar striped shirt. Well, that's a good look. I clear my throat as I force my eyes up. What's up? I grumble, taken aback by the amusement in his eyes. Looking down, I cross my arms over my chest when I realize I'm still in my favorite brown velour lounging set. It's the kind you wear when you just want to be comfortable, so it doesn't matter if the neck sags to your armpits or the hems of the pants are frayed to oblivion. Not to mention the holes. I really have to update my wardrobe. Michel's gaze sweeps over me as he frowns slightly. Ah, you're resting. I will return later. I am not getting up again later. No, now it's fine. What's up? He's already turning away, so pausing to look at me over his shoulder, he offers a tight smile. I wanted to express my thanks, so I've prepared something for you in the kitchen. My face scrunches as I vaguely remember last night's conversation. Really, Michel, no thanks necessary. Oh no, we already agreed. Now it's still hot, so I'll see you in the kitchen. Grinning, he spins around and walks out of the alcove, as I wonder what happened to the recalcitrant French guy who's been giving me grief at every turn. Closing my door, I head to my closet and pull on a slightly newer but no less comfortable olive green shirt dress with a pair of black leggings. After pulling out my hair tie and flipping my curls a few times, I head for the kitchen. Stepping into the foyer, the smell of something amazing fills the air, making my mouth water as my belly growls in anticipation. In the kitchen, Michel is already plating a single dish. Crossing to the sink to wash my hands, I smile. I could have fixed myself a plate. Waving a finger in the air, Michel shakes his head. This is my way of saying thank you. Now please, have a seat. Drying my hands, I sit in the breakfast nook where there's already a bottle of sparkling water and a white wine glass on the table. Voila, Michel exclaims, setting the plate down in front of me with a flourish. Chicken paillard in garlic butter sauce, gratin savoyard, and a house salad. Enjoy. My eyes are ravenous as I gaze at the plate in front of me. The chicken glistens in its sauce. The fragrance of the potatoes au gratin with its lightly browned, bubbly top wafts up to further seduce me. I look at him hesitantly. Are you sure about this? Michel sits across from me, looking markedly unsure, but he nods with a permissive wave. Eat. After I say a prayer, I lift my fork as Michel murmurs, "Je praise." I smile as I scoop some of the potatoes on my fork. Yeah, that whatever you put in your dishes be returned to you tenfold. His eyes sparkle. So you're warding off being poisoned. You're not exactly building any confidence that I'm wrong. Michel smirks, but as I bite down into the creamiest slices of potato to hit my tongue in ages, I groan, rolling my eyes in pleasure. The smile melts right off his face as he sits back, clears his throat, and folds his hands on top of the table. Are you sure you don't need a moment? He raises a brow. I swallow, putting a hand to my forehead. This is going to be a problem. I need all the moments. This is delicious. Breaking off a piece of chicken, I go through the same motions, and even though I try to keep it down when I groan a second time, Michel startles. Jumping up, he disappears into the butler's pantry before he returns with a wine key and a bottle of rosette. Wine? He asks, holding the bottle aloft. Firmly shaking my head, I swallow the bite of salad. No, thank you. I'll have water. Sitting the wine down, he opens the bottle of sparkling water and pours it into my glass. Do you have something against wine? Thank you, I say, picking up my glass of water. I usually enjoy wine, just not today. He studies me, and something softens in his eyes. Ah, I see. Thank you for this, Michel. You really didn't have to go to so much trouble, but I'm so glad you did. I smile, hurrying to change the subject. Waving a hand dismissively, he self-consciously runs a hand through his hair. The only trouble here was the disturbing lack of cheese in the refrigerator. If it weren't for the small piece of Gruyere in the drawer, the potatoes would have been ruined. You'll find that cheese really doesn't last that long around here, I laugh. Weren't you able to find the cheese section when you went shopping? Michel's brows slammed down. I haven't gone shopping yet, but I like the Zaybals you told me about. He nods, mentioning the famous grocery store with its niche goods. Excellent selections there. As I thoughtfully chew, I frown. Wait a minute. You stop at the market nearly every day on your way home, yet your shelf in the refrigerator is nearly always empty. If you didn't shop today... I pause, my gaze dropping to my plate as he confirms what I suspected. I just used ingredients from your shelf. Of course, I dryly murmur. I guess it's the thought that counts. His head tilts, eyes crinkled in amusement. Don't you like it? Why don't I give you my food budget every week, and you cook enough for both of us? I promise to eat far away from you. I smile. No. He shakes his head with a smirk. Come on, I cajole. You think I haven't noticed you cook nearly every day? What difference does one more portion make? Michel strokes a hand down his stubbled jaw. I should have gifted you a song on the piano. My brows rise. I didn't realize you played. You're welcome to use the piano anytime. If you ever heard me play, you would know that was a joke. He grimaces, folding his arms. That bad, huh? I smile. Smirking, he stands. About as bad as your high school French is good. Is this a trick? I touch my nose with a light laugh. We'll just put that under TBD. To be determined, I clarify when he looks confused. Ah, he nods, blue-gray eyes alight with humor. Well, if you ever want to practice French with someone other than Dorian, I promise to only laugh behind your back. I nearly choke on my chicken laughing at the unexpected joke. So the man has a sense of humor after all. After clearing my plate, I'm presented with a cup of tea and a mini blueberry tart for dessert. When he sits on the counter to eat his tart, I'm not sure if it's to keep up his rule about not eating together, but I can't be upset. It was the best meal I've had all year. Ah, this is the taste of home, Michel sighs with his first bite of tart. I should have known. It's the same bakery you bought the Madeleines from last week. Those were so delicious. I had to see for myself if it was a coincidence or if they are as good as I hoped. They didn't disappoint. I smile fondly, remembering how Julia loved the little French bakery's cookies and other pastries. If you mention that you're my friend, they'll give you a discount on orders over $30. His brows rise. Really? Just how often are you in there? I chuckle as I sip my tea. It's because the owner was friends with my grandmother. I used to stop by twice a week to pick up a treat for her before I take another sip of tea. She passed away several years ago, but I still stop by once or twice a month. Michel's eyes soften empathetically. I'm so sorry to hear about your grandmother. It seems you were close. It's been years, yet my throat tightens. The pain is fresh as yesterday. I nod, taking a sip of my tea. We were. She was such a wonderful woman. Warm, generous, bright, and honest to a fault. This was her apartment, I add, looking around the bright kitchen. Michel nods. It sounds like you take after her. If only, I smile. I have my mom's laid-back temper and my dad's compulsive habits. Ah, and your grandmother was your father's mother or your mother's mother? Smiling sadly, I look down at my empty plate. Neither. Julia didn't have children. She was gifted to me. When Michel's head tilts, the confusion plain on his face, my hand flies to the locket around my neck. Do you want to see a picture of her? Sure. Pulling the gold locket from inside my dress, I cross the room as I open it and brace an elbow beside him on the counter. Leaning close, he gently takes it in his hand. Ah, he breathes, a smile on his lips. She was beautiful. Look at the way she holds herself. That's elegance. But the glint in her eyes that says she could be trouble too? You lied again. You do take after her. And I assume it's her husband beside her? I nod with a slight smile as I stare at the photo, ignoring all of his clearly politely spoken words. Yes, Martin and Julia Matisse. He inhales sharply. They were French, he states as if he solved the puzzle. I smile, responding in French. They immigrated from France in their early 20s, just after the Second World War. He was a math teacher and she taught music. They were just made for each other. Their love wasn't loud, but it was big, you know? It was there in the little quiet ways they showed up for one another. It's in that moment that I realize I've been standing here waxing poetic, leaning over his lap while he's still holding onto my locket. When I look up, the gray of his eyes are as turbulent as a storm-tossed sea as he considers me. Clearing my throat, I take a step back, catching the locket as it slips from his fingers. Closing it and tucking it into my dress, I turn around to clear the table. The man made a meal. He didn't save a country. I shake my head. Hormones are a trip. Enough about me. You've been here 2 weeks. Are you homesick? I take a deep breath to clear my mind as he begins talking about his large family get-togethers, consisting of aunts, uncles, and cousins in his hometown of Annecy. When he says he messages his parents and brother nearly every day, with calls on the weekend, I have my answer. But it isn't my first time away from home for an extended period of time, he concludes. I raise a brow as I roll up my sleeves to wash the dishes. Weren't you with the police at home? He shrugs, stepping down from his perch on the counter. Grabbing a towel, he begins drying and putting the dishes away. I was in a branch of the police that operates like the military, so I lived away from home for many years. We moved back to Annecy just before Dorian was born, and it has been home for good. It sounds as though your family is close. They must have been thrilled to have you back. As he shrugs, his smile fades, like the grocer has just shut down the shop for the day. For the most part, I've been curious about something. Do you have a large basin? I've searched in several stores but haven't found what I'm looking for. I reach beneath the sink for the cleanser, allowing the change in conversation. Depends on the type of basin you need. He grimaces. One big enough and sturdy enough to bathe a 5-year-old in, but can also be collapsed for easy storage. Oh, I pause and scrub in the sink. Have you tried online? The muscles in Michel's back ripple beneath his shirt as he sets the casserole dish in the upper cabinet. Girl, you know you better stop. That's how I ended up with this kiddie pool. There was water everywhere at the end of bath time. He spins back around to get the cleaner to clean the stove and countertops. Chuckling, I dry my hands on a clean towel before a hand flies to my mouth. Oh my goodness, bath time! I should have thought of that. I'm sorry. I would have offered my bathtub. I don't mind if you use it for Dory. His hand stops scrubbing as his head slowly turns in my direction. He's not frowning, just thoughtfully gazing at me. You really mean it, don't you? He asks in surprise. My brows rise. Of course I mean it. Why would I offer if I didn't? Michel's deep chuckle twists my stomach in such a way that it steals my breath. Oh no, this is not good. To be polite, he smirks. To seem like you care? I can do that by offering to escort you to several nearby hardware stores. I lift a brow, irritated with the direction of my thoughts. True, he nods thoughtfully, crossing to the sink to rinse his cleaning rag. When he's done, he drapes it over the top of the faucet and turns to face me, crossing his arms as he leans back against the counter. If you're okay with it, I would like to take you up on your offer. Sure, just let me get my walking shoes. I deadpan, earning a chuckle. It's not a problem. What time is bath time? I'd like to stick to 6:30 or 7 o'clock. Okay, I shrug as I turn to leave the kitchen. Thanks again for lunch. Same time, same place next week? Michel shakes his head with a smile. Don't count on it, Vinny. Laughing as I push the swinging door open, I lean back into the kitchen. No. Winnie is not approved. Also, you didn't say no, so I'll take it. It's not until I'm sprawled across my bed that the fog of good food begins to wear off. First an adorable daughter, and now he's being nice? What's next? Rescuing kittens? No, it's better for everyone involved if I attribute it to a fluke. I mean, what would I do if he actually turns out to be nice?